Hello and welcome back to AI War 2, Sage Against the Machines. This episode is going to start out a little bit different than I usually do. We're going to take a deeper look at the strategic level and some of the choices we have right now. And there's also going to be the last significant time skips that we will be doing in this run. One of them has already occurred because we have knocked out the distribution nodes, so we have all of the resources that we're going to get unless we take more planets before going into the enemy homeworlds. We've got 6,800 science and 118 hacking. Now on the science side, this is the easy part. We did mention before that we wanted the engineering, max that out, increase our ability to deal with the attrition of large battles. Well, now we can grab that. And then there's 2,800 left, which fits very nicely into getting this next level disruptive. If I tried to get any of these, I'd only be able to get one of these unused weapon tech categories. We could go down and do more station keepers or minefields, or maybe grab another level of force fields or expatriate. So there are other ways we could go, but I think this is the best choice, boosting up the Mosquito Corvettes. Maybe we'll hack something else that's going to use disruptive, and then also boosting those pike turrets up another tier. So that's 50 science left out of almost 65,000. That's using just about as much of it as you're going to be able to, and you can see all the timestamps, what I have spent my science on, and when I spent it. Alright, so then we have the hacking, and we kind of have to decide here, of course, are we going to take in more planets? I don't plan on doing that. Do we want to use some of this hacking, perhaps, on something like a cruiser? Or we have the FRS station here in Gamblegate that we could use some of it on. I've decided against that. I don't want to push AI progress any higher. It is an option that we could consider, but I sort of want to just keep that where it is and then get the most we can within the AI progress we've already incurred. So 118 hacking then will allow us to hack on planets we don't control because we don't have any on our owned planets at this point. Another 4 ARS hacks, and one of those can be a second sector hack, but the other 3 have to be first sector. Now there's 5 ARS left. We completely used up the one in talent pool, and 3 of those ARS only have all 3 sectors, so we can do a first sector hack on each one of those 3. So we just need to choose which one for those. The other 2 ARS we've already hacked once, and so we can choose our second sector hack possibly from those. But let's go and hack the 3 that we haven't hacked yet, and then we can choose our second sector from all 5 of the ARS. Give ourselves the most possible choices. So those 3 ARS first sector hacks are what we're looking at right now. And Creeping Disquiet is the easy choice. We have polarizers. We've talked about wanting those before. We just upped Disruptive 1. As we mentioned, that's going to give us an extra mark level there. Anything Mark 1 at this point is virtually just an automatic no. And then the heavy mine layer frigates would be nice. We have a good variety of frigates already, though. So I think this one is a pretty straightforward. Get the polarizers, get some extra help in dealing with those Exo War units. So that's our first choice. And the other 2 are harder. Kickflip, because there's nothing here that really excites me. We've got the Parasites Mark III, but we already have a good amount of zombification. Mark I Spider, and then the Mark II inhibiting Tesla Corvettes. If these were switched around, the mark levels here, I would probably go with the Corvettes, and maybe I should go with the Corvettes anyway. You can argue in favor of that. Beyond a certain point, more zombification isn't that helpful, and we're probably at that point, but I'm still just going with the higher mark ship and grabbing the Parasites here. And then there is limited exchange. Another tough call, but this one's a tough call because there's some really good options. We've got the V-Wings, which able to slow the engines of most units. Got that attack bonus against units with low engine power, and they're cheap, and there's a good amount of them. Mark IV, a lot of arguments in favor of the V-Wings. The Barnacle, I'm not as excited about, just because I don't think melee is a big focus of us now at this stage, and by comparison, they just don't seem to give me anything I'm really going to want compared to the other ships. The Agravic Pod, very good against high engine power ships, and it's going to get that 5 times damage bonus against the Exo War units. And ultimately that was decisive for me, but you can argue in either direction, the Agravic Pod, I think, or the V-Wing here. I just think, like, overall, the V-Wing is probably at Mark IV the better ship. But the Agravic Pod is specifically tailored to what we need right now, and so for our situation, it's probably better. And of course, it's got the cloaking as well, should we need to use that. So Agravic Pod is the choice here. And that's our 3 acquisitions. We'll see how that pans out. Forward another 20 minutes, and we've done all of those initial ARS hacks. By the way, this is the last time skip that I plan on doing. We're just going to run this through all the way to the end, win or lose at this point. So we have to choose then, what's that final ARS hack, the second sector one, going to be? And I kind of crowdsourced this a bit. I ran it through the people in the Discord, and they helped me out with a choice, which I think is going to end up working out better than I thought it would. But let's take a look at the choices that we've got. So, first of all, here in Creeping Disquiet, we've got Electric Bombers. Sabot Ward, we already have those. Not really interested in getting more. Viral Shredders here, though. Not a bad choice. At Mark IV Melee, obviously, since they reproduce themselves, lots of targets to throw at the enemy. Then in Kickflip, we've now got Fusion Bombers and Spiders. Mark I, no thank you. But the Stinger Wards, pretty good sniper ward, but they are expensive because you have to regularly reproduce them as they damage themselves with their shots. Then over in Limited Exchange, Ablative Gatling. So this is one to seriously consider, and we could add even more of those. No iBots, thank you, but the Magnet Wards, and these have the attractant field and they're hardened, so able to protect whatever they're orbiting pretty effectively. The other two are on the other planet. iBots, no. Mine Layer Frigates, no. And Pike Corvettes, if it was a Mark level higher, would be a serious contender, but really not going for it at Mark III. So there wasn't really anything there that I wanted. And then Purple Monkey Dishwasher. So the Bombards, we have one line of those with our defensive fleet, but obviously they would be good against taking down big targets. On the other hand, they are expensive. Concussion Corvettes, again, we already have 2 lines of those. And more of the Mosquito Corvettes, although the reverse tractor beams are actually not working properly right now, as I hope they would. So adding more of those at this point, probably not the best idea. And by the way, this is the Exo Attack that is responding to our most recent ARS. And you can see that, hey, they've got an Artillery Golem. And we saw a Raijin Golem from one of the other hacks coming from the other AI, the Turtle. So they're starting to throw out golems in their hacking response. Things are getting interesting. But the choice of everyone in this case was the Magnet Ward. And particularly one of the volunteers suggested that they would synergize well with the Thanatos, because the Thanatos can zombify enemies, and then it being protected because the Thanatos isn't particularly beefy. We have had some problems with that. So the Magnet Wards protecting it and the Sabot Wards hitting anything big nearby, that would really be a good combination. And I think they were at least arguably correct, because in experimenting with the Magnet Wards, I found them to be better than I expected. So that's the direction we're going to go. Now we also have 4 of our CPA bunkers that are just sitting out there that we need to hit, and not a huge amount of time till the next CPA. So that's going to be a priority for us, and even before that, obviously we've got to deal with this exo wave that's coming in, and the hack response from Creeping Disquiet. Of course, they become Relentless Wave faction after they are generated. Well, they're going to push out through here, and we need our fleet over here to defend against that. So we have a lot going on. Let's see where our backup fleet happens to be at this particular moment. Okay, they are in Compost Mentis, and I want to move them over here into third base so they can deal with this. And I'm gradually just moving at this point, just fine details, moving our Watchman frigates back into about where our turrets are so they don't wander off and get destroyed too easily. Okay, let's see how this rolls. Because we're going to be seeing some visitors soon. Yep, there we go. We're just going to want to knock this down, and they're coming into hard one. We'll get to you eventually. One step at a time. We've got a Dire Gravity Guardian coming in here. As all this presses in here, I've just got everybody mounted in here around my supports to hopefully stop any funny bits from happening there. Okay, we're decloaking a bunch of stuff here. Now trying to press through. But we're doing pretty good at repelling them. Okay. Now let's see how we're doing here. Are they... Well, they're into hard one, but that's it. Of course, more Hunter could come in here. We're going to want to come back that way. Let's send our Thanatos back now. And just send them to defend Anvil.
Yes, sir.
So you just hang out here.
Time for a little target practice.
Okay, then all of that's done. Load you up. Load our supports up. So supports, you can come back here as well. It's basically hang out here until we need you again. Then the main fleet, you're going to work your way all the way around here just in case we need you. Just come to hard one for now. And, okay, there's going to be a wave hitting Anvil. We're going to be able to defend against that. It's a good place for it to hit. We can see the artillery golems going to really try to knock this down. And then there's other visitors that we have, so... Is the golem... Yeah, the golem's in here. Okay, we're going to focus fire on that.
Yes, sir.
So with everybody else afterwards, we need to knock out this golem. And doing a pretty decent job of hammering it away. Oh, it made it through, and it actually knocked down... They actually knocked down this shield. Let's hang out in here before our shields come up, before we lose this. I don't think we're... Yeah, they took out both the shields. On the other hand, we have an artillery golem on our home planet. So yeah, we could lose third base and be okay. Obviously, we can't lose the homeworld and be okay. So we're going to come in here, and let's just make sure that this is fine by spawning in one of our outguards. Because allowing an artillery golem onto your home planet is just a scary thing. And we've got 3 beefy shields there, but they won't last forever against this onslaught. They're going to last long enough, though. Okay. Alright. So a bit scary there. We made it through. Wave hasn't even hit Anvil yet. Okay, let's have all of you come back out this way. And it looks like we're pretty much going to be safe everywhere, so let's start thinking about those CPA bunkers. Because we've got 4 out there, and there's going to be 2 more in less than 20 minutes. Okay, so we have the sunk cost colonies. That's down here in this lower right area. Shouldn't be too hard to get there. 2 times. That's over here. Also in the upper area of the galaxy. Annoying Expanse out here. And the one out here in Exfilat. And my additional, or rather original plan of just sort of leaving this alone, I'm going to revoke that. We're actually going to try to get in here and be able to get to all of the planets to knock out any place where they have the CPA bunkers. I just don't think we can sustain allowing them to hang out. So I'm going to say that I was wrong there, but these other 2 over this way should not be hard to get to, particularly from where we are. So I think my primary fleet is here. Alright, let's just have you run around to 2 times and begin working on that. go. You're done. No major attacks anywhere except for Anvil. It should have plenty of help there. Of course, we've always got to keep an eye on that threat, but it's not doing anything at the moment. So let's see if we can get this fleet. Ah, we lost a support fleet there. That's unfortunate. We'll see if we can get this fleet out here, or if it will get hammered on its way in. Not sure what's going to happen with that. So we want to get these two CPA bunkers knocked out, then we'll go to the others. In the long run, that's going to work out the best for us, I think.
The AI is
So that's all doing fine. Alright, that will probably need some help. Let's just clean up whatever we can on this planet. And then we go after the bunker.
AI fleet inbound on critical planet.
We should probably actually... Yeah. That's a minimal wave on talent pool. So just take the main fleet and have that come through here. You can handle that when this comes in. Let's see how you're doing. We're maxed out on metal, so no problems there. It's not a situation that will continue indefinitely, but this is going to be another CPA bunker down. Okay. So we had 4, now we have 2. We're feeling a little bit better about ourselves. And I'm just going to park in here. See what happens. And we've got not that long before this wave arrives. We'll smack them aside pretty easily, I think, with our strong fleet here. A bunch of them are going to run, but we'll get as many as we can. Polarizer Guardians, nice to at least get rid of those. Okay. And again, we could go after hacking for the wards, but I want to make sure that we get everything else taken care of first. So let's come down here to Texarkana. Actually, we'll just come in here. Because we're going to want to get our support fleet, which I think one of them is in here. Is it not? Did it go did it go to talent pool? It did. Okay, that's where it went out to. Alright. So we don't want to come into actually here. We want to come all the way through then. Into Anvil, and then start from here. Move out to dealing with these other 2 CPA bunkers. Annoying Expanse, obviously the easiest one to get to, so we will start there. And it's just a bit of a long journey, making our way through. By the way, this is sort of an instructive bit with all of these. I wasn't, as a matter of fact, I think we're going to, you keep going, I'm going to bring in my backup fleet in here. I thought there was a bug going on there, but there's not. What there is just hidden ambush carriers. So let's bring you in. And on each of these planets, as we start to have these problems, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build up one of the sentry frigates and have them go around. Let's just... I need to walk you over here. As you come in to look at all this mess, there we go. And I don't know how many of them are in here, but it shouldn't be long for a backup fleet to... Ooh, boy, you got hit pretty good by some of these bombards. But it shouldn't be too long for you to get in there and fix this problem. There we go. And I just want you to hit the carriers. And we're not really going to care about anything else. We're just going to make sure that you stay focused on the carriers. And then those will eventually go away. Okay, so let's see if there's any more out here, because there might very well be. Yep, particularly towards the edge of the system they like to hang out, or near wormholes, that type of thing. But as we knock these down, we will see the numbers that we're dealing with. Retreat. Okay, Compost Mentis is being hit by some Hunter. See, main fleet is down here. Alright, we'll come back to this. We need to make sure Compost Mentis is fine. That's not very far away, is it? On the other hand, there's Radon there, and they appear to be making their presence felt in an unsubtle way. So, you know what? We're about to get another fleet here anyway. Let's just throw in some Xenophon. Just to give them something else to shoot at. Yeah, there's a lot of bombards and stuff in here. A Gravic pod. There's some things that we don't like. I'm just going to throw in both out guards. Because there's nothing else pressing going on right now, and okay. We lost our fleet moving through. Yuck. That slowed us down. So we did get a bunch of the ships in here. But we need, as they are destroyed... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the whole fleet in there. Again.
Heading there now.
And the ships are just going to sort of follow. But once we get through... Yeah, just...
Taking fire.
A bunch of those bombards coming through. They almost hit me again. Those bombards just suck.
There's going to be a lot of scrap left.
Okay. Yeah, and they're really pounding this down. This is unpleasant. Let's get rid of them quickly, please. Yeah, our shields are barely holding. Let's in fact move that shield a bit down. And see if we can't even build a third one. Just for now. We've got enough radon. I guess I'll leave it up. There we go. So yes, that was decidedly unpleasant, and you can snatch a defeat from the jaws of victory really at any point here. I'm definitely glad I didn't delay in getting the outguard in here and try to fight it out. After a time, you just sort of get a feel for when you need the support and when you don't, but yes, there's extra yuck, and there we go. Got more of you being a nuisance, and the problem is when they're around like that, you're not going to be reducing your time to rebuild things. Okay, so before we get too far there, this is always a mess in here.
10-4. Consider it done.
We're just going to move along all of our fleets on this side, gradually move them towards Annoying Expanse. And then you, in here, finish cleaning up the mess, which I think you have done. Oh, nope. There's still more fun to be had. Yeah, there's something here somewhere. Okay. Let's just make sure that we resolve that
Taking fire
situation.
in enemy territory.
There's something over here.
Nav systems have been updated to reflect our arrival time.
Yep. It's probably just, given the numbers, it's probably just the one. I'm not seeing anything else. Okay. And then they're coming into Unruly Felicities, so we will pop in over here as well. And meanwhile, the multitasking continues.
Yes, sir. Orders received.
Just gradually make our way through.
Taking up new position. Absolutely.
Blast through whatever might happen to be in here. We've got all of this going on, which we will eventually clean up. And all of those little drone raptors around don't make this type of situation any better. So it's all the more reason to just deploy those sentry frigates and clear them out. So this is going to take some time, but we will get it done. Alright. So what way do we want to find our way? Yeah, this is the right area. I don't see any need to plow up through here. I think I'm just going to come up along this way.
Copy that.
I'm not going to bother loading everybody up. We're just going to gradually move everyone along. Eliminate anything that might be in our way.
The AI is targeting a critical piece of our infrastructure.
Nav settings updated.
They came from.
Moving to new station. Moving out.
Okay, that's not a wave that I should worry about in Texarkana.
I have the same thought myself. Very good, sir.
Fire on enemy.
Of course, we could have Praetorian in here. We'll just centralize everyone else. And main fleet come in here and do your attack.
AI
Okay, in
inbound
here,
on critical planet.
if all of this is going on, do we have... We have our sentry frigate yet.
Commencing maneuver.
Okay. Found a few more carriers. This is just a classic case of get rid of the source. Don't fight the symptom, which is those raptors. Fight the source. I don't want the Watchman. Where's my sentry frigate? There it is. Nope. Weird. Let's just move out of the way. Did they destroy it? Nope, it's still here.
Thank you.
I think that might have been a mouse over error or something. In any case,
Plot new course.
let's hit you. Or maybe I was just missing something obvious, but I think we're about done here. And given that this wave is incoming, we're definitely done here. And I think that, okay, there's probably one more carrier. We'll come back. Always got to keep our priorities straight. Let's be here before anything hits. Let's just follow the path, make sure we aren't getting hammered again on the way through. But it's usually right in this system. In Cape, no capes in space, if we get unlucky with something that's happening. Okay, that's all going to be good. So we have knocked out the third CPA bunker then. And we have another journey to make. Alright, let's have... Nope, I don't want everybody. Keep the defensive fleet where it is. But let's send you all around, say to here for now. We'll start our journey there. Now let's get the main fleet going with you. And in a sense, it's sort of repetitive, but you just really need to have all your ducks in a row. And be keeping your eye on all of the potentially bad things that could be happening to you. And these may get hit a bit. Let's make sure that we stop them.
The course has already been plotted.
There we go. And now we're starting to have issues here, but I think our Thanatos fleet should handle most of it.
Under attack in enemy territory.
Well, alright, maybe not. Shoot. Yeah, we just lost lost the support factory because we weren't quick enough there. Okay.
Acknowledged.
It's going to be nearby, but it's just annoying having all of these groups of enemies coming through, and they can cripple what you're doing at any time. Really got to be careful.
Now.
Alright. And we got the same problem in here. At least we know where part of it's coming from with that carrier. So you are fine. Let's have you make your way down here, make sure everybody gets through. We're about to get a couple more anyway, so maybe we'll want to go a different direction with our bunker hunting. We probably will, temporarily. This is a decent centralized position to be in. Okay. Greater Kerfluffle and Pyrrhus Glory. Okay, so one up here. Our backup fleet can handle that, I think. And also this one eventually. Okay. We had no problems here. So you run out this way. And smack that around. Hopefully not going to have any problems there. Meanwhile, the rest of this... It depends on whether we think our backup fleet can handle these two, and I think it can. So we're going to just keep right on moving.
It will be done.
Moving out.
And again, I could load everybody up, but the support fleets move slow enough that
Behind enemy lines.
I'm just going to push through this way and clear out whatever we happen to run into. I think I will load up the Thanatos, just because those tackle drone launcher frigates are the slowest thing we have. So let's boost the speed just a bit that way. Okay, here we are. Go ahead and unload. Let's go and smack these unarmed guard posts. No reason for them to be around.
Yes, sir. Heading for.
Intel reports the AI is preparing to attack our home planet.
I don't think we need to worry about that. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a double move here, because I don't think you're going to survive trying to plow through here. Well, maybe you will. Let's see. Yeah, you're coming through this way. We'll give it a shot. And I'll feel dumb if you get crippled, but that's just sort of the cost of doing business here.
Moving to new station. Helmsman, plot new course.
Move another planet along our path.
Taking fire on enemy world.
And okay, we got a bit of Warden here. Let's keep moving on to do not attempt.
Very good, sir. En route.
Now the way I want to do this is to get into Eminent Domain and from there into Exfilade, because it's either that way or going through Creeping Disquiet. And, well, this is the less painful, I think, by a good margin. So essentially we just have a new planet
Understood.
that we're going to clear here. And let's do our usual drill of plopping down a few bulwarks to make sure that we're secure. Okay, and we did get this, so let's double check. Okay, we've got Greater Kerfluffle and Exfilade. For some reason I thought the CPA bunker was in here, but it's not. It's in the next... Oh, it's just the next planet over. Yeah, I shouldn't even be loading up then.
Nav data recorded.
Let's just run in here. I was in the right general area, just had the wrong planet.
Under attack.
So let's be on pursuit. And let's be smacking aside what's in here. Of course, we have no support fleet rebuilding, but we don't really care right now. Okay, Texarkana has a bunch of Hunter joining. I don't think there's a huge problem there, but let's finish this out. I still want to go into Eminent... Well, Okay, probably the wise choice is to go back. There's a couple exo units in here. We can call an outguard if we need them. We're just going to let everybody else hang, and our cloaked fleet will run back. I don't really want to. We got all of this in here potentially as well, though. This is, I guess, mostly just Warden. But let's just get in here and make sure this doesn't get bad. Get rid of as much of this as you can before you come back. I'll send you down that way as well. Okay.
Hostile ships detected on critical planet.
Yeah, it's getting worse. Okay, we need to get back in there. We're definitely going to outguard this up then. And where is our main fleet at? Okay, it's heading over that way. It's going to be there soon. And it bears repeating that Texarkana is not a planet we can afford to lose. But they may just want to try to get through. And if they just get through, then we're okay. This is going to be under kind of pressure. Let's be just right here where the force field is. And now we should be fine. One more hop, we should be fine. And nothing on the CPA yet, so we're just waiting to see when that's going to come. Starting to knock down our turrets, not good. Alright, let's Let's go after this Hunter Seeker.
Begin firing as soon as we're in range.
There's a Phoenix chasing them. Maybe we can get that one too. Mostly the rest is going to try to escape. Well, hold on. Some of them coming back in. Yeah. This Mogram is... You know what? Maybe we can get more. Well, my turrets deal with the regular ships. And that Mogram, no. Okay, we're not going to get that. See if we can get the Phoenix. And I don't think that's going to happen either. Okay. I'm not going to bother doing a bunch of chasing. Just clean up the system then, if they're willing to leave. What on earth? You're coming back. Make up your mind. You're going to run or you're not going to run? Backup fleet's here. Rebuilding everything. Okay, we're fine. And another long-distance wave is hitting Unruly Felicities. So, we have another task for the second fleet. Meanwhile, you are going to run back out here. And the hopping around will continue. Okay, Unruly Felicities, you are up in this general direction. Let's again deploy everybody out here. So we haven't actually done the hack that we were trying to do, the final ARS hack, because we want to make sure that everything's under control. We're not adding any more of the threat than we have to. We don't have excess CPA bunkers out there. And that effort has meant just waiting. So you are popping in here. And let's say goodbye to a bunch of those bombards. We'll make sure there's no other carriers in the vicinity. I think we're going to hold off until the next episode for the next bit of fun, which will be popping into Eminent Domain. And I'm not sure, but since this CPA is being delayed, we may actually be able to get into Exfilad before that bunker fires again. That'll be up in our next episode. Thanks for watching.